Liquid on the very same map. Do we get different compositions though? As we'll wait and see, and it looks like the answer is going to be no. Everybody playing exactly what we have already seen. So who has gotten the better read on their opponent coming into this one? Who thinks that they have a strong expectations of how the opponents are going to play? I thought maybe we would see maybe like even the most minor change up with Nats shifting over to something like the Cypher perhaps, but it is still just going to be that KJ coming through.
Yeah, I mean, the KJ versus Cypher on Lotus, I think it's really just up to team preference more than anything, right? Cypher obviously can really hold down a site, be a menace, especially if you can get that Odin online or even the Guardian. But Killjoy, a little bit more retake potential as well, a little bit more ult pressure. The Nano Swarms can just buy more time rather than locking down a point of entry. Can be a little trickier to find those traps as well. And my eyes are on the fact that what you mentioned, how much have they improved off of that singular piece of tape that they now have of each other playing on Lotus with the full roster. This is going to be an early sign of how fast can each team improve in their respective leagues as well.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we didn't really get from Fancy United was being able to kind of exploit this single controller composition that Liquid has been running for quite some time. Can that happen now for T1? Can they find the cracks in the armor there and utilize their own double controller composition to really slow down the play from Team Liquid and try to find an early lead? We'll have to just wait and see if that's going to be the case as we get ready to go into the game here momentarily. But I'm just ready to get into this one. I'm hoping for some double up on both sides. Don't care if it's double up on attack. Just show it to me, because having Yampi Keiko going up against side player Excurate sounds absolutely fantastic. So I am ready to feast my eyes.
Yeah, that would be some of the best off battles we'll get to see globally for sure. Just given the individual reputation that these players have on their respective teams. Talking about the composition a little bit more, since it looks like we have a couple more seconds. Obviously, the chamber on the side of T1, but you do have the breach on the other side. So another way that you can really force that chamber into discomfort when that op comes online. You get that fault line out. He's not going to be able to hold that angle with the scope in. And the question is at that point, T1, they're going to have to start to really showcase what kind of retakes they have. Sure, you can pressure one side with the double controllers and try to push them, funnel them into the chamber, into the operator on the other side. But if that fault line hits at the right timing, if Excurate's not prepared for it, if he can't read the positioning, he's going to have to back out. And at that point, it's retake after the post plant.
Well, that pressure going to be on Yampi to try to just force him off these angles to get the double stare.
One of these days we'll get all five, the Penta stare.
Try to keep this man right here honest and on the move. But even down, I mean, you think about just that first round coming out from the chamber. Headhunter shots were connecting. So even before that op comes into play, you still very much have to respect this man's aim. He's been around the block and then some, and clearly hasn't really missed much of a beat with the shift over into Valorant.
Yeah, and T1 will be starting on that attack as well, so I think Excurate's going to play a pretty big part in just making sure he can combat the potential pushes coming out from Liquid. Of course, working off the single controller, but having the double initiators. Got the breach to enable your fights, and then you've got the Sova for intel. And this is something that, these are some variations that we've seen a lot from EMEA and the Americas, going for the double initiators here on Lotus. The Sova, not as common, but still fills that same role.
That's something that we've been seeing a lot from Enzo when he was over on Apex, running this on Lotus, carrying on the lineage of Jesse Bash, who's not in this tournament with us. But guys, it looks like we are in fact ready to jump into the action. Game one, map one, about to start. Team Liquid versus T1. Let's go ahead and jump into Lotus. You can see pistol win percentages have been very kind to Liquid in their opening series, but T1 not that far behind, only dropping just that one pistol over to the side of EDG.
Yeah, so obviously this is where we'll start to see either team try to break apart from that one. Team Liquid, Enzo going to be going for the Sheriff. So no utility there for the Sova, just trying to hold the angle, and you can see that it's a stack on A for Team Liquid. They want to be ready for that potential early rubble control. And then on C site, it's just buy time with that vault line. Just one flashpoint, and then the ghost for Yampi.
For now, very quiet, very slow start. Excurate just inching forward, trying to see if there's going to be any forward aggression coming out of B. A couple eyes Pushing over here towards the C site. Star going to be sent down. Carpe ready to swing the corner. Does he send the flash first or just be a dry peek?
Yes.
We'll just go ahead, pop the Nebula, drop that one. He's going to move forward.
Now, we do have Xcure peeking into B, so T1, they still have some options. You even have Izu waiting to just check for sound around rubble. And T1, they're in no rush to enter into C. They want to find reactions. They're going to draw out that smoke, and that lets them know, okay, enough attention draw to B site. We should be able to enter onto C, but Yampi, he's going to get backed out by that Trailblazer.
Fault line goes through. He's going to pull back over towards Waterfall. Now shifting back over onto the site itself, and this has drawn a hefty amount of rotations here. Izu, though, not that far forward, so isn't really scouting much of A at all. T1 still going to be rotating off C, just suspecting that they've drawn attention. Already Team Liquid, as we were kind of seeing versus Fancy United, very fast to make the call to rotate off, and right now they have the right read.
Yeah, and Yampi pushes out as well. This is 100% confirmed for Team Liquid. The only thing worried about is, of course, that lurk coming in from Xcure. Keep our eyes on that on the minimap.
Flash and find anything. Keiko making his way down. Drop paint shells has been burned, but he still has that Sheriff in hand, so damage can be dealt. Plant now going to be coming through, and actually the bite into the back. Rossi managing to find the enemy raise. The first kill now coming through. Carpe rushing forward in towards the smoke, helps find Mystic, but then Enzo takes him down. Saya player.
One enemy remaining.
Over by stairs, 14 HP. Enzo with the Sheriff in a 1v3. Might just be able to make this happen, but needs to find some headshots, but that damage is just too much to deal with. Rossi will pick up 3, try to fast track that Viper's Pit, and T1 will win another pistol, delivering Liquid their first ever pistol loss in the tournament.
Yeah, while Team Liquid did have some fast reactions on the rotate, very decisive, even sending Yampi out early, T1 also working off the fact that the fault line would still be on cooldown by the time they made their entry. So they didn't hesitate. That was the biggest thing they would have been worried about. They're able to power through using the double guiding lights to make sure that they have an advantageous fight. Good cover from Rossi on the tree side, making sure that the spike gets planted and it's safe for the time being, and then they have the numbers advantage.
Guardians have definitely been kind of flavor of the tournament, but look at this stat. Everybody around the corner. Xcure still going to be able to come away with 1. Takes a bit of damage, but it's nothing that that Carpe can't heal.
Really good shot from Yampi as well. T1 kind of getting funneled into the B side for the time being. Not sure if they're quite aware of it. Izu has some suspicion, but doesn't want to peek out too far.
Still just holding on to that Marshall, but Izu not giving him any line of sight whatsoever, and it seems like T1 in the end starting to make the right call, pushing over here towards this A site, where the rotations are now starting to come through. So Team Liquid once again will be able to get themselves into a decent spot, just given the weaponry still is very much stacked against them. Yampi still creeping forward, trying to see if there's anybody lurking back out here over towards that attacker spawn, but so far that Marshall is going to take a while before he starts finding any value. Yeah,
now all 3 members stacked, but T1, they look fairly content to just commit to this since they have the numbers advantage. Got to make sure they don't drop any free weapons.
Oh, bite down into the center, and Saya player able to clean him up. Rossi will find Nats. Now it's all on Yampi, out of range. So Trademark not going to get the spot.
All right, so number 1 Marshall player.
No one has their eyes trained over into this position, and that means that Saya player does get caught off guard. So far, weapon can just be recovered here. Shot flying, gets the shot, looks for another one there, but Yampi coming away with 2 kills. Will do a bit of damage here to the side of T1. In the end, just going to be losing out on, I believe, a Sheriff or a Ghost, as well as a Spectre. Otherwise, 2-0 start, and Xcure's got an off. Here we go, the fun begins.
All right, okay, I love it. I love the confidence. I mean, again, this is what a lot of people said he would be brought on for. Even though you have a player like Saya player, you have more options for the operator. Use it on attack. You're at the chamber anyway. I mean, you got to push out and get the long-range duels at some point.
I mean, Xcure continues to just be a man after my own heart, but see what value can be found. Enzo for now just going to be jiggle peeking, the only one playing around this side of the map. Nat's kind of nearby. Was over at stairs, and oh, I think he might have just caught that barrel swinging out, so Enzo will pull back away. Also has a weapon that needs to be respected as far as the firepower is concerned.
Yeah, maybe not the morals behind it, but hey, if you get the
use of the weapon doesn't really garner much, but
holding that tree, of course, you can damage through the door and the wall here for the ult orb. So Enzo just going to block off that side, leave the main entrance to his teammates.
Oh, Izu watching from behind, just that Sheriff in hand. Not going to find too much there, but there's a jump forward. Shows up from side player, finds Enzo. Tree now going to be opened up. Yampi arrives, gets himself situated at backside. so far, T1's just taking their time committing forward. They open the door, they start pushing up. Flash goes in, not going to find anything as Yampi has swapped over inside center sight. Rossi catches Nats, trying to push down from stairs. Saya player, Guardian in hand, takes out Yampi and Mystic. Uh-oh. TP's up on top of the box, and the headshot is instantly found. That means it's just Keiko needs to try to hold on to this Vandal.
Yeah, you definitely have to hold on to it at this point, right? This is your first buy round. You really bought down all the way down to 0 for several teammates. It's a 1v5. There's just no hope. Keiko just gonna wait, see if he can get a cheeky kill.
Got him.
Does he have an exit?
Does find one. Rossi, though, wrapping around from behind. Does manage to survive, so they take away all of the weaponry here from Team Liquid. And given that Izu's the one that died, he was getting a free upgrade. Didn't have to, really buy anything other than that Sheriff into the round. So, cost-wise, T1 looking damn good so far.
And I love this play, right? You suspect that there could be spam coming through, so you blast pack in through the door, not trying to get far, but you're trying to get up in the sky so that you don't just get sprayed down. You're able to shoot off that showstopper. Really heads-up play here from Saya player and the team. Team Liquid had an interesting choice. They activated the revolving door on C side just to make sure that T1 stays on A, but didn't do much damage.
Aftershock sent Saya player near back rubble, but they should know he's still going to be in this location. Marshals, the main firepower that they have, so widely still just have to try to back away.
Oh, and Izu's already drawing so much attention, right? He puts up those fake smokes on the side of C. He's still watching on the lurk. They're not only relying on the trademark. Izu could do a lot of damage here against Team Liquid on the back.
Triple push now through tree. Izu still watching from behind. Execurate just staring down towards stairs with that operator in hand. Has that trademark set up behind him. Real way around that one. So Plant coming through. Shock darts not going to do anything to dissuade. The opposite side of the box, so Carpe walks away unscathed.
Look at these angles they're holding as well. Everyone covering each other on multiple levels so they can always get the trade.
Oh. That flash finding Keiko. Side player now trying to look to push the rope. Gets a little bit of damage across there. Zenzo down to 14. He does fall, so Flawless not going to be coming through, but Izu holds the baby door. The push out of the smoke from Rossi is good. Catches the enemy Sova, and T1 will now move up 4-0.
I mean, sure, they have the better weaponry, but look at the way they hold the post plant. Look at the way they move off of each other. Saya's holding right from below. Carpe's there to be able to swing from either side for the trade. Rossi's holding from tree. And then at the end, just to put the nail in the coffin, Rossi even goes for the fake revolving door, try to bait out anyone from baby door, and then he swings back out as well to get the last kill. I mean, these are layers on layers of the post plant. And Team Liquid, they're going to have to start talking to figure out how they break through this.
Surprised to not see a timeout call here from Emil, but likely going to wait and see if they can win out this round. See if the team can make the proper adjustments themselves, and that's already a good start. Mystic just spraying through, managing to find Execurate, and that puts the operator down on the floor.
Yeah, Execurate suspecting someone might cross on the ground, but wasn't quite ready for the shadow step, and it's a good first step here for Team Liquid.
Solid beginning, but Execurate gone. That's what T1 wants to decide to do. Looks like they're gonna shift back over here towards A, but Keiko now, he's posted up with the operator. This could be bad as they swing in, nearly gets the collat, but Rossi will be taking down his first death of the game.
Yeah, so they wanted to just regain some control. Wasn't quite suspecting the operator though. Now they know, and they do damage with it.
Push up to the corner, and somehow Enzo gets that kill. The headshot comes through, and Carpe is a little bit too whiffy. Takes him down to 8, but can't find anything. Seems like now should be a flawless round here for the side of Team Liquid. Izu completely corralled, being surrounded, the paranoia connecting. He's trying to play up here against the wall. The swing around is coming through as well. He's about to be attacked from behind. There's one, can't quite snap on for the second. Yampi will take him down, so a singular casualty here in the round, but the operator is recovered, and Liquid will find themselves on the board.
Okay, so holds on to the timeout, having trust that the operator will help stabilize things, and it does, right? Going for that aggressive rubble control, you have this composition. Oh, the nice ping on the recon as well.
Yeah.
Everything working out. But that way they were able to hide the operator. So T1, they get drawn back in for some area control. Run right into the scopes of Keiko.
Very nicely done. Great aggression there from Liquid. Looks like not going to be going for it again, though. I say that. Mystic is right back over the top. Shock Dart going to be sent in. Straight. Yeah, seeing that jiggle peek. decides not to try his luck again.
Yeah, Enzo took quite a bit, it seems, from Rossi as well, and that spam threw back and forth, so he's on his back foot.
They're backing away. Dog will spot him out. Actually gets the daze, but Paint Shell stops him from pushing forward to try to find a punish.
Oh, Team Liquid's ready for this, though. This is all planned out from Team Liquid, right? Force the Rubble out, have the op and B so that they have to go at least check C, but now if they run into the Nano Swarms, they run into the fault line, once it comes back online, the Aftershock available as well, it's going to be a lot of time spent.
Second shows up from Saya, but he's flashed. So much damage from the Nano Swarms in the net. Finds him, but Yuppie just guns down 4. I need to see that one again. Swings out from back box and just absolutely rips him to pieces. Good lord.
Yeah, the flash just keeps Saya blind the whole time. He has to hide away, so he's not able to clear the back of sight. And then Yampi, the fault line came online right before the entry happens. He has it lined up and ready to go. Look at this. They just all get stunned up at the entry.
Absolutely disgusting from Yampi. Slamming him into the ground for a flawless round.
Thank you.
T1 now.
Man.
First strings are just going to get tighter and tighter. Liquid look to continue running this one back. Yampi, Rolling Thunder very much online now.
Yeah, T1, good adjustment though. So they realize it's going to be the same set of abilities every time from Rubble. Draw the fault line, draw the paranoia, and instantly go to the other side. The thing is how prepared are they for that ultimate you mentioned, the Rolling Thunder?
Welcome to my world.
Okay, Divide in with the pit. Being escorted forward, Boombot scouting for them just a bit, but now Rolling Thunder at the ready. Carpe relocating for just a brief moment. Spike now planted. Do they expect the angle is the question. Most of them pulling back out over towards Mound. Rolling Thunder going to go across. Catches onto 2. Carpe knocked up out of the pit for a brief little moment. Mystic goes forward with the shorty in hand, managing to take him down. Now they're on the hunt though, trying to locate the rest of the team. Saya player playing a very close position, but Nats actually flushes him out. In the meantime, though, Mystic taken down. Yampi shorty finds Izu. Rossi dead. The pit now dropped. Showstopper goes to Excurrent. He gets annihilated. And with 3 players left standing, Liquid have plenty of time to get the defuse.
So T1 clearly very well aware of the possibility of that Rolling Thunder. They had most of them already out right at the entrance of the pit, just ready to pounce after the Rolling Thunder comes out to dive right back in. But Mystic gets an early kill, which means they can't flood the pit back. Right, they have to just stay at the entrance, and at that point, it's just funnel for funnel. Sure, Team Liquid, they're constantly getting decayed, but they're able to just pick out the right fights, kind of skirting around the outside, around the lower part of the site. Picks out Saya as well. Right here, just with the
Oh,
saw the barrel.
I was curious about it. We cut away. I was going to say, I think Saya might show a little bit. Does end up getting taken down, and whoop, try that again. It's fine.
Well, I mean, Team Liquid definitely knows they haven't crossed yet, so that's just going to sit there for future proofing for Rossi.
Keiko getting very far forward now. He's continuing to push up.
I mean, if Team Liquid can win this round, yeah, that's the econ starting to crumble here for T1.
Ending ahead.
Scion player picked off. Fault line. Ending on a 1, and so just continuing to spam, and he gets Carpe through the wall.
Rossi only down to 24 as well.
Oh, this gun is nonsense.
It's beautiful.
Poison's on.
You need to go hang out with Mitch, man.
I'm down with it. You know what? Anyone that uses Judges and
Birds
Odins,
of a feather, you two.
join me. Join me in our battle here.
Well, that sends T1 packing all the way across over towards the C site now. Nano Swarm set up right up on top. None blocking the entryways.
And T1, they're just going to try to put some pressure, keep them tied up at A. At the end of the day, they're just going to have to creep into a site if they want to go for it at all. However, with 30 seconds left, no raise to break in, no flashes from Carpe. I think
calls made to just save.
Yeah, exactly.
And too many valuable weapons, the operator and the Odin in hand. They will just look to hold on to these. I don't think Liquid are going to be too concerned with going on a hunt, it would seem.
Yeah, I think they're happy with just how the overall flow has changed here. So while, sure, you could do a little bit more economic damage, we'll see a couple members creeping out now at the very end. They're not going to greed too hard for it. Oh, all right, call's made.
You know what? I don't think I want to push this angle anymore, says Nats. Swings out, and okay, well, Izu will be able to find him. And the rest of the team not going to be able to push up, so they do manage to find a kill, but now we find ourselves tied up 4-4. The run back here from Team Liquid with no coach intervention has been so impressive to see.
And the double up. They want to send a message here to T1.
Wait.
Oh.
In Nats' hands, though?
Wait, in Nats' hand.
Yeah, Nats is going to be running it.
Okay, I mean, listen, Killjoy up. We're no strangers to that anymore. It makes sense in theory, but Nats, that's the surprising factor. Now, that does give him a lot of room to work with on C. He can buy a lot of time, still has a lockdown for the retake as well.
Fault line catching on to everyone. There's the ping. No one able to clear. Mystic dropping down low, tries to TP back out. Still someone in the open, but the punish was not available. Nade goes through, jump down, full flash out onto this Omen, but no one able to swing the corner now. Carbon gonna be forced into the open, and that's just 2 kills instantly found for Team Liquid. The Saya player also falls. Xcrit trying to get over here onto the far side of Rubble, try to get an angle. Yampi behind the box, but as he peeks, Keiko is already holding the line. Kill comes in, and Liquid now about to take the lead with 5 consecutive rounds won.
Yeah, and the scariest part here is I don't think they've spotted the operator on C either, so T1's in for a rude surprise in the coming rounds. This one's surely all but over.
And just sprays away. And so didn't even realize that he got the second kill. Had to do a little bit of a double take, but it's a flawless for Liquid to get themselves in the lead.
Taking a page out of T1's book, and we talked about the possibilities. Originally, we assumed it would be Yampi if there's ever a double op here, but even Nats picking one up for his own and coming into play in future rounds. And just look at this hold. I mean, look at the way they're holding that. They know the only way to break through this is to peek out wide since the close angle has already been cleared. And this is just the power of that operator, the Odin, all of that combined, including the fault line as well. And now they say, okay, that Rubble fight, it's not advantageous. Let's push the weak side, but how weak is it?
Okay, Nats going for the timing shot, but ends up splitting the difference right between 2 players. So for now, T1 gaining some forward presence outside of C. Flash in, spotting nothing. Nade up over the top. Nano swarms are there, though. Inside player has to drop back. Now the lockdown going to be used. It's a little bit of a more shallow one.
Yeah, they can stay in the site, and Team Liquid, surely they have to account for this, because they can't assume that they've just rotated out. Yep, the fault line, right on point.
Fault line goes out. Snake bite to try to prevent any wraparound out from Waterfall to front site. For now, just trying to cut noise, but again, that operator here, they know about it. Nat sent out that one shot. Now they have absolutely confirmed its presence over at Waterfall.
So now Team Liquid, a bit of a tough retake that they have to work with 2 operators. You want to make sure that they don't give any more space.
Lands the corner, Carpet can stick this one, but he's still going to take about a tick of damage. Actually, no, even more.
Whoa!
Fell so low as Mystic shows up, finds 3 kills. On the hunt for more, Shorty in hand, gets the tap, gets the finish, on for the ace. Excurate has been noted.
Oh.
Line sends him into the corner. How heavily do they want to go for it? Well, doesn't matter. Mystic has got it. Gets the aces, Enzo gets the defuse, and Team Liquid will lock in 6 rounds on that. 6 rounds in this half.
Mystic in prime condition today.
Gak
Now, he's
mau
had
berisik.
quite a storied career in Valorant
Bang.
as well, and a lot of fans
Fokus
of
aja,
Mystic
Bang.
himself, they stayed
Nonton.
faithful. They said, we still believe in this guy. Look at the
Oh
way they
my
work these smokes
God.
against T1. I mean, the spray down, just holding it, assuming that they're going to be crowded around that entrance.
I love that he even just was like, well, I'm going to destroy the rendezvous, even though it doesn't matter. Was he going to do teleport directly in front of you?
I want to make this harder for myself, just in case.
Well, that will draw out a timeout at long last. It feels like this is very long overdue. I thought the Team Liquid should have called one earlier on, but I was very much wrong in that regard, because this has been a 6-round run back, all consecutively.
Yes, I mean, as soon as that operator came online, they decided that was the timing that Team Liquid wanted to start to pressure Rubble. Before that, they were happy to just kind of throw out abilities but not push forward. Once the operator came online, they knew that they could either plant on Rubble or hold the other side with the operator, and that's exactly what happened. Operator on B, Rubble fight for Team Liquid, and they start to just hammer it home, and T1 have not found the answer yet for that Rubble control.
Players having a final chat here amongst themselves as we get ready to go back into this one. Still potential for T1. Turn this around a bit, but you can see cash-wise, things have been pretty rough for them. Excurate with that tour de force available.
Mob
though.
defender ini,
Put that
tunggu
to
aja.
use.
Team
But
Liquid,
look at the stack.
yeah, I mean, they're reading it off the timeout. They're saying, okay, T1, their biggest homework is to figure out what to do here about Rubble control, and they say, well, we're just not going to make it easy at all for you guys.
Already forcing them off the position. Everybody now going to go sprinting over towards the C site, which Wiley is open. Yapi looking like he's going to be the first one to really arrive in that position. Keiko trying to get over this so that he's got a line set up for that operator.
Langsung di channel Afrikanya bang.
Jumping forward. There's at least one. Now they know.
Oh no.
As well, that off is going to be there. Hunter's Fury going to be opened up here from Enzo, looking for the shot. And Carpe and Rossi both nearly taken out for that final volley.
Nih gua kasih link nih kalau mau nonton.
Use just some extra damage. Now Team Liquid, they are able to hold on to the back. They still have Mystic on the lurk as well.
Isu rushing forward, finishes off Yampi, had been whittled away at by side player Spam. Finish the job, Execute. Goes ahead and gets a kill. Nat's going to be taken out. Odds of the hold looking pretty good here for the side of T1 as Carpe maybe going for this swing, but against the
Muncul ya tadi.
be quite bold, swing in, and so will be met with Execute.
Oh, ya udah gua hilangin dulu.
Spotting one, but side player is not ready for him to come swinging around the left side of Mount. Push comes in, Keiko takes out two. It's all on Execute. Carpe, but
Udah nih.
he's getting down, but now runs out of bullets. And Carpe with a classic. Will barely scrape by. 6 HP for him to survive and get the round win. But my God, like T1, they lost so much in that round. It's going to be half armors across the board pretty much.
A very costly but very needed win here for T1. Still gives them a glimmer of hope to try to tie things up 6-6. So the idea was, go for Rubble again. If there's a fast push, they don't have the lockdown anymore. There's no Rolling Thunder. Rush to C. They didn't quite account for the Hunter's Fury. It got some damage in, but Saya was able to at least get into the site, plant down, and eventually they lead it to a post-plant scenario.
Far closer than it felt like it needed to be, but Liquid again, exerting that early pressure over here towards a main. Snatch control, and once again, this does send Team T1 attacking over towards C. Showstopper at the ready, Cosmic Divide also available. Carpe, just get that orb. You can go for the plant, get that spike down. They will have Seekers to use.
Yeah, but look at Izu. He's reading this adjustment from Team Liquid that there might be a heavier lurk coming in, and that's exactly how Team Liquid decides to try to combat the C plant. Izu, if he can get the double.
A lot of pressure on him. He's not going to be able to find one. Takes Mystic down to 70 and now ends up with the spray. Coming up with 70. Yapi. Oh, he gets a 2-for-1 special. Rossi and Carpe both fall to the wayside. Now it's all on Execute, who's been spotted, stunned. TP's back, and then instantly dies. A flawless round to end the half. As Team Liquid will go ahead and lock in 7-5.
Neck and neck, although, you know, it didn't look like in terms of how the rounds came through, right? 4 in a row for T1 after the pistol. But then once that op comes online, once the rubble control starts to come into play for Team Liquid, they string together 6. And I will say, you know, obviously even the 5th round win for T1, it was just on a dime. But Team Liquid being aware.
Oh, nice little drag across from Yampi. It's just been rewarded with so many multi-kills.
And I think this is what we saw in terms of how is Team Liquid staying just a step ahead in front of T1. I think it's much more that they understand what their win conditions are, not just in this current step, but the steps moving forward, right? So you decide, okay, if we go into rubble control, this is how we win rubble control. However, C site is left open. We buy enough time, we do some damage with this utility, but the biggest thing is just don't let them push through
Terlalu
either
tegang ya, Kevin.
waterfall or, of course, the back of site. Don't let them get through spawn. Just hold
Santai
in that
Pin,
smoke.
mag-defender.
They're gonna have to put up a smoke to enter the site, so just stand
Okay,
in there,
Pin.
and then let's base it off of, does our lurk work or not? If the lurk gets a kill, we can just hold. If it doesn't, then we can relocate. But there's just these extra layers in terms of the macro play that's allowed them to stay one step ahead in the playbook.
Some eyebrow raises there from Keiko.
He's having fun. I mean, a great game from him so far.
Great game from everybody right now on the side of Liquid. I mean, hell, another ace. I don't know how many we've had so far in the tournament. It feels like 4.
Yeah, I want to say just about 1 per day, yeah.
We had buzzes yesterday, which was an insane one.
Crazy, couldn't believe my eyes.
But already top of the day here on day 4. We get one from Mystic. It's been a huge performance from him.
Yeah, a rare Omen ace, right? Not even as a clutch, just going through it, battling it all out on the front lines.
Well, now we go in for yet another pistol round here to see if Liquid can even that score line up. Take one step closer towards closing out their map pick with relative ease.
Udah sih, kayaknya ini map defender deh.
Shine in, right? It's just you have your pick in terms of watching for those lurks with that turret.
Okay, quick clear.
75 sudah
Out of
oke
here,
sih.
supports one here.
Bisa tampek
Trying
kok.
to get this forward angle. Boombot does get cleared out, but given that it was locked on an execute, they should anticipate that there's going to be somebody on this left side. Tries to go for the timing shot. Does hit Yampi.
Yeah, that allows Carpe to just kind of sit close. Trying to pinch on.
Twice.
Oh!
Oh my goodness. Sends the pop flash, but Enzo just pre-fires it. Now the swing up from side player. He's not going to find anything. Suddenly, Izu's the last man standing.
Team Liquid had the read on this. They knew that the potential was there for that pinch. We've seen it so much in this tournament overall, but also coming out from T1 and Team Liquid, not a stranger to it.
What a blink and you miss it around. Granted, everybody on Team Liquid quite low, but pushing out of the smoke is going to prove to be rather difficult. And without Izu being able to get the jump on one person, pick them off,
Nice try.
he's not able to try to whittle away the ranks. So 3 players left standing. Team Liquid will, in fact, win a pistol round. That puts them at like an 85% pistol win rate so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
Also
still.
puts them up to 8 rounds.
But look at this, Enzo, he hears the door, but then he even sees the guiding light, and he knows it's up to me to hold this side. My teammates have to watch the other. Some of them flashed out as well, but again, the preparation, the way they're spread out around C Mount, don't want to get pinched and just allow for a firing range through that door.
Execute just not ready for Yampi to be pushed all the way that far forward, so he just gets tagged from behind. Ping comes down. This time they couldn't clear the dart, so they know exactly what Execute wants to do. That's one of the things that we didn't really see too much, I want to say, in that opening series was Execute having to be repositioned. We always pretty much saw him playing around this C side of the map, and okay, pushes up, wins out versus the Marshall. The headshot does come through. Saya tagged down to 25, but also managed to find a kill on the Keiko. So a decent start here for the side of T1.
Oh, I love that Rossi's holding on to that extra snake bite, though. Doesn't want to waste too much time. Wants to make sure they get more info.
Now they know. Double push up there towards stairs. Yampi going to be taken down. Put the spike down for a brief little moment. Nat's there to retrieve it, but now 4v1 as Mystic all on his lonesome.
Now it comes out. I mean, just good hold on that ability to make sure you waste time when you need it most. Run down the clock.
Right click shots. Painting a bit of a picture there around Mystic. He's able to find one. Weapons still not recovered here. 4T1. So it's still just the 2 Marshals in the Classic.
30 seconds left.
Very doable for Mystic if he can find the first kill.
Paranoia at the ready. That's going to get the catch here onto Izu. He's able to find the elimination with relative ease. Fakes the TP. Saya player now staring up towards rope.
Oh, with the smoke.
Execute now swinging the angle. Scope in, but he's running out of time. He's got to try to play for it now, but Execute will be able to find him. It's a thrifty for T1 to go ahead and shut down the anti-eco from Team Liquid.
A big round win for T1, and a lot of it kicks off with Execute being able to catch the flank. He peeks out, dodges the first shot, and then he's able to land the headhunter. Of course, Saya at the same exact time picking out the entry kill against Keiko. I mean, these 2 sharp shooters on the side of T1 once again giving a little breathing room for the rest of the team. Here, Rossi open the nuts, start the comeback.
Well,
Execute gak ada
in
obat.
the weaponry department here for T1. One flying down too low here on the side of Team Liquid. Snake trying to push forward. Mystic actually still going to be able to find one, but Carpe gets him, gets Nats as well to boot. Swing around on that left side of Rubble, and we'll be able to pressure him out. Now the swing forward. Yampi again, being the hero! Kills 3 with the Guardian! And now it's all on Rossi. The HP bar so low. And he does have that Odin in hand. I mean, between all 3 players, 65 HP. Even the snake bite will pretty much insta-give them.
They're all crowded into tree as well.
Ya udah gue kecilin suara gue ya.
Go for the wall bang. He's starting to open up. Swings it around the left side, but it just doesn't hold it far enough.
Oh, the relocate. Team Liquid 1 step ahead.
We get in behind the tree, the drone on the hunt. The spray continuing, finds one. Yampi tagged low. 17 HP now on him. The back away, 27 bullets remaining, 27 HP on the enemies.
Oh, but Yampi's
Swings
relocating.
back and Keiko is there. Saves the round. The Odin will not get it done. Keiko will take that into his own hands and hand that off to a teammate here in all likelihood, but good lord, what a back and forth, but it's once again Yampi coming up huge.
Yeah, massive round for Yampi. And T1 being a little overconfident, right? They lose Saya, and after you get the initial kills, Carpe thinks, okay, we can still just spray them down. Easy just cover my side, but he's way too out in the open, susceptible to these double swings. And after that, Izu can't pick his targets either.
18, 6, and 7. The battle breach showing up to play. And once again, heavy presence getting ready to push up here towards A. 3 members on Team 1 ready to greet them, though.
Yeah, they will have a Vandal on site as well. Team Liquid, that could be their bane if they want to push all the way through.
Tap on the door, it's going to be the boom bot for now. Saya have to clear, so they keep the Vandal hidden for the time being. Poland at the ready as they want to break Baby Door, pivot over in towards B.
Snakebite buys enough time, but I think Team Liquid, I mean, they have their pick still, right? They haven't quite gotten enough confirmation. They know the Viper is on B, and they know one member is on A, but not much more than that.
Saya waiting, playing this one out patiently. Nebula still holding. Recon Dart not spotting anything. Now the push starts coming through.
Oh, it's so good. Just bouncing back and forth, constantly just making sure T1 can't start to stack and fill the site just yet.
Double creep up. Swing onto the corner, Excurate does manage to find one, but Mystic and Yampi gonna be answering back as Yampi gets himself a second elimination. But Excurate finds 4. Rolling Thunder comes in, Yampi gets himself a third, now in a 1v1, 30 HP versus a Ghost. Oh my god! What a disgusting headshot from Rossi to win the round. T1 will fire back and keep this one damn close, now 9-7.
Team Liquid did everything they could to make sure T1 wasn't ready in the site. However, they didn't do enough. They didn't have enough solid information on how many members would be nearby, and T1 makes a correct choice of let's just hold that stairs. That way we can go to either side. And Excurate was still holding that C side. He was still near the waterfall in C link. Able to get that first kill, opens things up, and after this Rolling Thunder, the hero Poison Cloud from Rossi and a nice flick.
He didn't even have to headshot him, but he did it anyway. Gorgeous there from Rossi.
Incredible.
We move forward.
Yeah, and after a round like that, I mean, lots to share. And I think that's probably the first thing he wants to talk about is, sure, you can try to fake him out all you want, but you didn't really have any solid information.
I don't blame my graphics person. They had the wrong score initially.
Oh, was it?
Because they were like, well, surely Team Liquid wins this round. But yes, it is in fact 9-7. And yeah, I think Emil, I mean, even in the win versus the first map win versus Fancy United, Paperton and I were just, you know, during the break going back to the green room, we walked through the player room and we could hear him talking about like, okay, like we never should be doing this. And it's like, okay, you guys just dominated, you know, 13-6 or whatever it was, maybe 13-5. But Emil's, you know, he wants to just reinforce as close to perfect play as you could possibly get.
I mean, that's how you get to lift that trophy, though, right? We saw it from Mini back when he was on Fnatic.
Exactly. So seeing the scrappiness and the de-evolution of some of these rounds, how they've broken down, definitely wants to get involved and make sure that they're just maintaining protocols, make sure that they are not letting things get too fast and loose.
Saya player does have a read on this smoke that can be abused.
Pushes up. I don't think that drone will have spotted him. Boombot as well, not going to be noting anything, so he gets a rest in this position for free for now. Flash at the ready shoulder. Showing on, it's a hand, but the hand is all you need as Excurate will be able to find a second kill off screen.
And at this point, Team Liquid, sure, they still have the turret, but they have nowhere else to go. They have
the flash pack forward, the instant shutdown, Saya is there. Izu spraying away. Will be able to catch another glimpse of Enzo as the flash expires. And it's a very fast round here off the back of the Liquid timeouts. T1 now within touching distance, 1 round from tying us up.
Good adjustment against the enemy's timeout. They make the correct read that this time they want to pressure a different part of the map. You're still holding on to B with the operator. I mean, kind of a different variation from what Team Liquid did. Excellent shots from Excurate, of course. Just going for the anti-flash and immediately swinging back out.
Strong start. Weaponry, though, still in the hands of Liquid, and if this map has taught us anything, is that the weaponry doesn't really matter that much. Both teams putting up some crazy low-cost rounds. Rossi around the corner, just peeling back. Doesn't want to get hit by this dart. Meanwhile,
Izu.
TP coming through, but yeah, okay, quick cancel. Wisely done there from Mystic, because Izu was right around the corner.
But they're having faith that that's enough to empty the site. And, you know, it's a little bit of an assumption, but a pretty healthy one, I would assume. So this plant will be able to go down now. Showstopper available for Saya.
Stormin. Hefty control. I mean, look at just this dump of utility over towards Waterfall. Showstopper now with the ready, but no satchels to really try to carry him forward, so it's a bit slow going. Push up, Keiko trying to establish some control towards Waterfall. Won't find much. Rossi burns him down. Spray coming in. Push up here into the smoke.
No.
Carpe just gonna get fished out. Yampi spraying away, finds him. Now side player caught off guard by Nats. Push up into the smoke, and Izu will be able to hold the line. Xcrit gets one. Hunter's Fury going across. Enzo gets Izu. The shot from Xcrit takes down Mystic. Now Xcrit's covering. Fire is there. Gets himself a third, and the fuse comes in. And T1 tie us up at 9-9.
I was getting a little concerned at the first half, you know, Xcrit not having too many chances to even have a fair fight, but once he's able to go back on the defense, once he can just be that living turret here for T1, he is back in prime form.
Defending side, looking good with the chamber. Unfortunate for Carpe, but Yampi just knowing, okay, well, there's a smoke here. Somebody's got to be moved up at this point.
Look at that movement, too, around the Hunter's Fury.
Excellently done. But now we find ourselves tied. Still 2 more timeouts in play, 1 for either team. Let's see who is going to be forced to pull that trigger first. T1 looking to give TL a bit of their own medicine. Side player holding the line, comes up with 2 kills. Mystic will reply with 1. Enzo putting that Bulldog to use, gets 1 as well. And that's now can grab a gun, but only 45 HP in a 1v2. Xcrit's going to be approaching from behind. Rossi right now hovering in that defender spawn. Lockdown is available. If Nats can bring this to a 1v1, he will almost certainly invest that ultimate, but actually looks like he's going to do it in advance.
I wonder if he wants to push out off of it, though. Ideally, like you said, he wants to even this out to a 1v1, but there's just no reaction, so he goes for the plant first. This is going to make it certainly tougher for Nats.
Using the time to at least get the ideal setup for himself. Bite lands. It's a little bit of extra damage down onto him.
He's going to wait to go back in. That's his only shot. The mind games are online.
Another bite goes out. Now the Nano Swarm used. Xcrit swinging around on the line. He's looking over towards straight. Now looking back towards drop. Like maybe they've sussed it. No. The headshot's there, and Nats nearly had it lined up but couldn't pull the trigger. Rossi will stop him dead in his tracks, get the defuse, and T1 will regain the lead. An operator should also be able to be retained and carried over. Looks like he won't go for it though. Either way, Xcrit, plenty of cash in the bank. The T1 first team to hit double digits.
Yeah, like you said, just barely scraping that by. The setup from T1, I mean, Saya player was just going to be the sacrificial lamb, right? He was meant to be the scout there for the pop flash, and it initially looked pretty good. Of course, some dicey trades, and the mind games were very close here for Nats, but just didn't have enough health, really.
Hit now over towards C. Fault line sent. Keiko looking for the rush forward here, but doesn't have that showstopper. Could grab the orb and have it online, though.
Yeah, and T1, hopefully they've calculated this. I think they just want to send all their ultimates this round so that they can make sure they get 1 step closer here.
Carpet's going to be scouting, see if there's anyone playing forward. There is. Mystic taking quite a bit of damage there, now knocked down to 45 HP. Side player just going to be holding the boom bot for now. Wants it for later scouting use. Smoke comes in. Xcrit going to be shifting over to the far side of Rubble. This puts him out of his rendezvous. It's just a step away from it, though, but the swing comes in, the headshot hits. That's going to be 1 dead chamber.
Yeah, but here comes that breach utility. It looks like it's getting lined up for Rubble right on top.
Drone flying, looking for him. Not sure if it spotted him. It certainly didn't get a dart off.
Only 40 seconds left as well, and Team Liquid, they just have no information.
Okay, well, they get that much.
Yeah, but with that, I mean, T1, yeah, the Seekers can come out. Again, they were prepared to send every ultimate to buy time. They are prepped and ready to block this B site.
Shock send. Carpe pulling the trigger before that flash can hit. Does find Keiko, but Yampi quick to reply. Takes down the enemy Sky. Now they're in such a rough spot. It's like, well, you either play forward here into this B site, which they're going to do as Isu quickly comes up with 3 kills. But it was that or pivot towards C where the pit was still waiting for you.
Yeah.
T1 will mow them down.
They never picked up that showstopper during the middle of the round. Got it now off of the death, but that does call for a timeout. And I gotta imagine from the coach's perspective, you're probably just pounding at your screen right now because you just look at the clock and you're like, you have no information at 40 seconds. You have to at least make a play. You can't just hope that T1, flubs it. And Team Liquid just looks like they were at a loss as to what the next course of action has to be.
Tell me that they were all blind.
Yeah, wow.
Well, sometimes when the enemy is just pushing through a choke, you don't need sight. You just need to hold down M1 and pray.
I mean, you knew what the assignment was, right? You knew
Yeah.
the assignment is just hold left click, and then we will win the round. Yeah, here we go. Emil heated up after that one. And I don't blame him, because here's the thing. Some of the best rounds we've seen from Team Liquid is when they do all this movement, but they're gathering solid information. And this time, they were constantly forced away from that information because of these ultimates. Sure, that's fair. Something like the Viper's Pit, you don't want to commit too much unless you have a clear way to break through it. But afterwards, they didn't quite take time into consideration, didn't have their next steps ready to go.
Well, we'll see if this one can help right the ship. Last timeout was called 4 rounds ago. And in between 2 timeouts, it's been nothing but T1 victories in these rounds. Gonna need this one to end up working out to keep them in this one. Otherwise, T1 is gonna get themselves up to map point. Yampi, 1 charge away from having that Rolling Thunder online. And oh man, what a flick that would have been. But Xcrit unable to find it. Actually, doesn't even take too much damage. Felt like he should have been ripped to shreds there, but walks away with 80 HP. In the meanwhile, T1 3-man shove coming out of A main. They're looking for this crunch.
Yeah, they do have the Cosmic Divide as well, so the remaining forces, ideally, they should have been able to empty it, but Rossi gets caught.
Okay, Saya will find Enzo, put some additional damage down onto Mystic. 31 health remaining for him. Showstopper Rocket not finding much of anything. Saya now also just 1 away from having his own ult.
Liquid needs to push out.
Yeah, they're starting to pivot around, wrap around in towards B, but Carpe will find Yampi, so while they're rotating out, they're still bleeding members dry. Izu, oh, what a counter straight from him! Just stops dead in his tracks and takes out Keiko. Now it's all on Nats and Mystic to try to close this one out. Spike gets planted. But they could absolutely end up being surrounded.
Yeah, I mean, they're going for the 1v1s at different angles just so they can still have 2 options to pinch onto the diffuser.
I mean, they could just Cosmic Divide, cut the map in half diagonally, block off that Heaven access as well as Baby Door.
I mean, that map point, so valuable.
Looks like they're not going to go for it. Instead, Xcrit is going to be inching forward, but Nats takes him down. Now the Cosmic Divide going to be invested. That util not there. Nats needs to try to push up, swings in, but Isu will once again find a 3K. And T1 will move up 12-9.
Great round from T1. The reaction just instantly sprint out of A. Use all your util on the way to make sure you never have to press on the brakes. They catch the backside here of Team Liquid. Even you get the comms, right? I mean, you had Xcrit holding spawn. Spotted no one in the site, you know they're going over to B, and oh, look at that hold.
I mean, they were running out of time. They know that the fuse is being held, but if you'd gone for the night check on the wall, would have been able to get Carpe. TP forward here towards Rubble. Mystic taking very minor damage from the paint shells. Good amount of control is established here. With that Rolling Thunder, it could just end up being a very swift take. As Keiko, great opening shot. Drops the operator. Side player gone, but there's a second one.
Now they do have to be, I mean, Team Liquid, that does give them a little bit of an opening where they can, enter into the site and then hold on to the Rolling Thunder in the post plan. Just trusting the drone.
Put this swarm in and take this one. Also trying to see if he can catch anybody with the off here as Carpe trying to play off his own flash, ends up falling. That minor spray through the wall actually takes Nats down to 30 HP. So Izu with a decent read, just couldn't quite get the kill. Mystic now in a forward position over here at stairs, but Xcrit swings out. Finds that one, but
But look at this setup, right? Nats going all the way around because you have that Rolling Thunder. You know you can still play for time. So Nats has all the time in the world to go all the way around. Trademark not going to be activated because of that distance.
Yampi not getting tagged, and there it is. Nats coming in from behind, takes out Izu, puts the Odin on the floor. Xcrit starting to back away. Nats just around the corner. He's wary about this, but he doesn't quite have the angle right.
Last player standing.
Swings out. Yampi still very much fired up. Gets himself 3 more kills in the round, and the Rolling Thunder crucially does not have to be used. So Team Liquid, they hold on to that, and they have other critical ults nearly online.
Yeah, that's huge. The fact that you didn't have to use that. Look at Yampi, 27 kills so far on the first map. We might even go into overtime here if Team Liquid can make it happen. But now, as you mentioned, you have other ults coming up close. Now you have some more leisure to work with. Maybe force the entry here with the Rolling Thunder. Set up some orbs in the plant for another ultimate.
Made out early. Very minor damage. Everyone otherwise healthy. Side player, Showstopper is online. He decides to pull the trigger on that one should the execution come in. There's the tap on the door. Orb being taken.
Hunter's Fury.
So now having the ult, but secure it this time. Able to take out Keiko.
And that's the cue for Nats to start working towards another site, right? They don't have the raise for the explosive entry, so
He's
have
double
to
push
fly.
into tree. Side player, if he pulls the trigger on it, he's going to. Rolling Thunder in response, he gets pushed back, but still, he's got a rocket in his hands. He's just waiting. He's running low though, and they will be able to back away and get away from this. Actually doesn't even send the rocket out. Mystic somehow takes down Carpet, just charging in through that smoke.
And Nat's still holding the site, but he can't check. Up and be heaven.
Xcrit just sat here. There's no more flashes, the fault line not available. Nat's trying to get into a position, the smoke comes down, crucially, Mystic helping escort them forward. Plant now coming in, Xcrit looking like he actually wants to push that smoke, but it would almost certainly be a death sentence for him.
Yeah, Rossi, I think making that call for him as well, just saying if we just hold this line, we can try to go for the retake. However, Saya needs to pick off the kills here.
Squeezed between 2 different players. Mystic watching the door, I mean, he can make the call, so Enzo knows to just continue watching this line.
No reason to overpeak from either side.
Breaking through here seems nigh impossible.
Yeah, looks like they're prepared for a save. Looks like they just want to do some more damage here, try to take away some weapons. Most of them still can healthily buy up.
Side player's suspicions very much confirmed there. Knows that he's made the right decision, and yep, it will just be the save. Nat swinging around towards that defender spawn. Looks like Xcrit hearing the footsteps will be able to take him down, and Rossi fishing. Does get Mystic, so decent damage dealt here on the back end. 3 members surviving for T1, 2 for the side of Team Liquid. But they get us just 1 round away now from that overtime, and they still have the Hunter's Fury, and now they have the lockdown.
Yeah, but T1, good call on the save, right? They wouldn't have all been able to buy out, especially not up to an operator. However, they have the Tour de Force online now, so we just saw the op drop right before the timeout was called. They gotta imagine they're gonna go for a double op setup once again. Tour de Force on one side, Saya player with the operator on the other. And, I mean, Team Liquid should be able to read this. You know, you look at the scoreboard, you see that ultimate online. You have to suspect it. T1 not a stranger to that setup. Here's to see what Team Liquid's answer is going to be.
For now, pressure on here for T1 to try to just close out this map. End it right here, right now. Otherwise, we will be going to overtime, which is something that we've been treated to quite a bit in this tournament thus far.
We'll have to wait and see who comes out on top in that decision here. I'd love to see Xcrit also being very vocal during these timeouts, right? The newest member onto the team. Well, I guess Rossi technically joined later, but in terms of his career in Valorant, you know, not much to show even in the Challengers circuit. But still coming in confident that he's gelling with the team, that he has an idea of how to navigate his opponents here alongside his teammates. And there it is. Vandal even bought up for Xcrit as well, so he can be a bit more mobile after the initial hold with the Tour de Force. And it's going to be double ops on A. It looks like they just want to pressure that side. Make sure that robo control is absolutely theirs.
Xcrit just right over here by Baby Door. Trailblazer moving forward and seeing absolutely nothing in A lobby, so already Saya player
Very quick.
about to arrive over at the C site.
Yeah, the initial hold, and then you pass it over to the tour de force. I love it. The rotate is very early. This could catch Team Liquid off guard.
You
Turn
should
on the
run.
flash. Side player not quite going to be able to get away from that one. Lockdown now invested. Wants to just try to stay on this line. See if he can catch anybody coming through, but they don't see anybody yet. Liquid playing this out very patiently the last few seconds, and they actually do get a detained catch onto one. And coming down, Paranoia across. Keiko's clipped by that one.
Spike
Yeah,
planted.
that doesn't allow him to push through any further, so they're going to have to hold from C Mound. They do have the Hunter's Fury, and
Yeah.
T1, no one on the flank to catch that.
There's no approach from behind whatsoever. Full shove out from that defending side. Get themselves forward onto the site. Nano Swarm, first one going to be popped. Carpe trying to get himself up close. Sends out the pop flash, goes rushing forward, and Carpe does find two. Nat's able to take him down. But this opens things up here for T1. Extra, however, falling. Hunter's Fury crashing across. Rossi going to be eliminated. Side player with the off swing. Does find Nat. Keiko, however, pushes up onto the side.
Saya.
Saya takes him down. It's all on Enzo. No shock darts. The hold is coming through, but Enzo, he manages to finish him off. It's 12-12, and we go to OT.
Switching
Man,
sides.
what
Overtime.
a retake from T1. Such heroic plays here. Carpe with the swing on the pop flash gets the double, and at that point, you start to believe a little bit. Rossi takes the hit on the Hunter's Fury just to get the half done, gives them a bit more hope. However, the biggest thing to me was as soon as they saw Carpe pop out, Keiko said, all right, I'm going to go on the flank. You have the Hunter's Fury. Buy me time, and I will be that insurance plan. And it comes into play. It gets him enough time where Saya just has to stick at the end.
You can hear them calling for it there. Saya want to think like, okay, I can cover you, but then realizing Keiko was still up within the site, and that foils the plans there for T1. But now we go into overtime. No
Wow.
closer to knowing who is going to be winning this map.
Yeah, I mean, just good adjustments from both sides. You know, once they get the early couple reads on a couple of rounds here. And then both of them clearly feeling a lot stronger on the defensive side of this map here on Lotus. So curious to see who's going to be able to crack the code a bit more confidently once they're on the attack. T1 will be first up to the podium.
Well, one more timeout added into the banks here for Emil and Autumn to utilize. I mean, it's so close, but it's also strange because oftentimes, you know, when we have these maps that are going down to the wire, when we get to overtime, it's been that pendulum swing back and forth style.
Yes.
This has just been so streaky from both teams.
Yes, I mean, both of them having a 6-round win streak at one point, right? Team Liquid took one in the first half, and both on the defensive side. So it just seems both teams, they take a little bit longer to figure out how to break through the defense.
You come to Asia, and then Lotus just becomes the defender-sided map.
Apparently.
What can I say? I mean, it definitely helps for Execute to be AWPing on that defending
Yes.
side, but
I mean, same thing in Keiko.
I mean, Keiko's taking on the attack. I love this.
Yep.
Sorry, on the defense, it's Execute on the attack. I love that too.
Yeah, it's going to be op battles here on both sides. Both of them really valuing what that provides, especially on the defense. But I think Xcurate just saying, listen, give me this chance. Let me help break open the site. I know how to take these trades. I know how to hold these angles.
Copy.
But the
Just
turret's
behind Taylor. Turret will be cleared down. Now they know there's an open play. Jump around the corner, side play. Playing off the back of that flash beautifully, just fine. Nats gets taken out by Yampi, who's then quickly traded by Carpe.
Oh, but the
And
Zod in.
so has the
Oh.
lineup, and it's just
Strike
on.
down,
It's
C.
just not fair.
I
Gets
mean-
the elimination, but Rossi's quick the trades. The man advantage still going to be here for T1.
Exactly, and you still have Izu as an insurance. He has a little bit more time. Both his teammates alive in the site. Now even Xcurate exiting, so that buys him even more time. All theory points to T1 taking this round if Izu just doesn't get caught.
Yep. Right now, it's looking very good for him. He's creeping up around the back. Keiko showing no idea whatsoever. Was scoped in. Ends up getting taken down. The shorty from that distance. Not going to get the kill that Rossi was looking for. So Mystic will take him out. But Execurate, he's got the lineup. He's got the kill. And T1 have got map point.
And the big change
Switching
here was
sides.
just creep up. Don't
Match
use utility,
point.
right? Don't fight for early control. Just creep into the site. A little bit of 2023 VCD Pacific T1 showing up here in their colors. That's what they used to do once they couldn't figure out how to break into a site. They just started to say, well, if we just all pile in right at the last second, they'll never expect it. Sure, Enzo good Odin, but Rossi was somewhat aware of it, able to get that swing around as soon as he hears those shots.
Well, and that will be one of the final timeouts now being called here. Looks like it's actually T1.
Oh.
So Autumn wanting to just set a game plan going into what he hopes is this final round on defense to close things out nice and cleanly.
Curious to see. I mean, I think probably them also trying to talk through more so than their defense instead of what is Team Liquid going to do here on the attack, right? That's always been the trouble here for both teams. And the big question is do you make the obvious call once again? Do you just go for a hard rubble push? We haven't seen too much pushes out of mid from T1. A large part of that is, of course, you've got the Killjoy on the other side with that turret. However, it could be enough to slow down the movements of Team Liquid. And if there's no turret, it could really open things up in terms of options here for T1.
See if that's going to be part of the conversation as we get ready to go back in. See, operator there, of course, for X-Curate. Enzo continuing with these Odin shenanigans.
Still watching for any pushes out of mid here on the side of Team Liquid. It's the same setup that they had near the end as well on the very last round. Just set up for the early push out with the operator on rubble and allow Saya player to rotate quick to the other side of the map. Team Liquid, I think they might have heard the very end of that Trailblazer, so they're very hesitant right now in terms of their movement.
Just all on his lonesome, inching his way forward. Rendezvous set up to take him back behind Baby Door.
Oh, this adjustment from Team Liquid, though. They don't want to give up the space for free.
Okay, the drone will come out first. It will get cleared, and that's going to be him TPing back. Now, though, TUL can start pushing forward and garnering some space for themselves as Keiko mows down 3 outside of C.
Taking that back.
Low HP remaining on him, but now has a showstopper available.
Oh, and without the spike getting planted, T1, they just have to wait. They don't know where it's coming from.
They're not sure which direction it's going to be. Showstopper does get popped early. Keiko suspecting that someone's still going to be hovering nearby, and he is correct and will be rewarded. Now is on for an ace, potentially our second one here of this match. Holding the line, X-Curate. One standing between him, but man, he's instantly gotten it. A second ace for TL, and a second round of overtime.
Keiko all alone on that C side. You know, they just left 2. He's left after the pop flash comes out. T1 comes out swinging, gets the spray down on 3, and that just suddenly makes the round so much easier. Gets the anti-flash on his own. And
absolutely gorgeous control.
And the way they were set up too, right? Nat so far behind on Mound draws all the attention. And then Keiko able to just focus on his own shots, but what a round from the Rays on the side of Team Liquid.
All righty. Well, now, all timeouts have been used. As Emil will get involved, likely say, okay, hey, by the way, good ace, but here's what we screwed up on that last event.
Personally, I like to see it, right? As long as the players and coach, there's a good level of trust. I mean, this is how you continue to improve. You can never get too relaxed. And I think also, you know, just trying to think ahead here, make sure you can think about both sides here. Got a little thumbs up from Emil, so you love to see that. But I love the change from Team Liquid. They say, okay, let's see if they push out of rubble again. You saw nothing on B, nothing on C. Okay, that's the push out of rubble. Let's see how they've been setting up after all the utility comes out. They find the operator, they push him back, and then they still have that backup option on the C side. A much better attacking round here in overtime.
It seems like, you know, very happy, likely finding that all of the players are on the same page as far as what they want to do coming into this round.
I mean, yeah, this is just all-out brawl on rubble. Team Liquid, they're just buying time on B and C side.
Opposite play once again. Fault line catching on to a few. And as they try to walk across, Enzo again, finding a kill as that paranoia is so high value for Mystic. Takes down Carpe, strands the spike, push up into the smoke. Mystic finding another one. Runs out of bullets, trying to swap over onto the shorty, but just does not have a target. And suddenly it's all on Izu. The last man standing with 59 HP. And the spike still on the floor. Has to 1v3 to stop Liquid from getting themselves up to map point.
I have the spike.
A nigh impossible task with only 59 HP, like you mentioned, but he has to pick out these isolated duels, and first up, it's going to be Nats.
Turret will alert them. So Nats for now, checking over here towards Waterfall. Pings it, draws Nats' attention back over towards B. But hasn't gotten any movement at all out of Yampi and Enzo. They are just feet planted, glued down. And Enzo will be able to get the kill. The plan comes to fruition here for Team Liquid, and now they find themselves at map point.
Been a little while since they had the lead, but finally one step away from taking the map. And you look at the composition, you look at things like the Odin. I mean, Team Liquid is always going to be advantageous when you go in an all-out brawl like this. I think T1 just thought, we crept into C last time, let's try to creep towards A this time. Surely they won't commit to the full fight because they hadn't in a while. I mean, good adjustment from Team Liquid trying to stay ahead of T1. Just catch them snoozing.
Carpe with the flash, not finding much of anything there as Enzo just continues to do the devil's work.
A little bit of construction. A little bit of interior design here on Lotus.
If you want to break down a wall, normally take a sledgehammer, but...
If it breaks, it breaks.
Okay, shot from Extra. First one, not connecting. He wants to go for the re-swing, thinks better of it. Decides to pull back the Saya player, does find some peel on that pressure. Swinging out from stairs, takes out Keiko.
And T1 now just holding, getting prepared for the potential swing into B as well. You look at Izu, he's scouting for that. He knows that that's the weak spot on the map right now for the defensive team.
Forward.
Need that back.
Searching, does get the tag there on a side player. He goes ahead, jumping back. He's going to rotate all the way around towards that ceiling side. Destroyed. Spike now planted. It's a shot nearly there. Yampi lucky to get away with that one with his life. Mystic again, just taking a forward position here within his own smoke.
But these are the things that can really make or break the round.
Izu solo. If they double push, it's going to be a very easy transfer, but now side player will be able to find the headshot, but so will Nats. He shuts down Carpe, trying to push in through Baby Door. Extra now taking a close angle. Swings in, but Nats covering fire. Helps save his teammate's life. Showstopper at the ready. Sends it close. Side player on for an ace, and he will get it. Our third one of the map.
Holy cow.
As we go even deeper into this overtime. 14 to 14.
Switching sides.
What is going on between these players? 3 aces, 2 of them in overtime, and man, Saya player, a heroic hold. I love what he does with the showstopper as well. Doesn't risk it. You know the Odin's still online. He could just start swinging and spraying at any moment's notice. So he just plays for the timing here, starts to hear it. He's waiting for that trigger, then swings back out.
Absolutely unreal. I mean, what's the record for most aces in a series? If anyone knows that.
Oh, wow, yeah. Never even considered that.
Send that stat our way on Twitter, please. Or on X. Because I'd be very curious.
Nico.
Okay.
No way out,
one,
though.
but yeah, can't get out. Sends the paint shells to try to slow them up a little bit more. We'll just wait that out.
The good news is he did pick off the raise, right? So now this Killjoy utility going to find a lot more value. Nat's feeling a lot more comfortable to anchor down in sight, especially with the backup from Mystic.
Trailblazer getting spammed out. Cut back across here towards A. Yampi, the only one on this side of the map.
Oh, look at Enzo, though. He gets the read. He's like, there's no way they were so quiet. And now with Carpe dead.
Carpe, but yeah, Izu will be able to take him out. So Yampi gone, the A site broken open. Enzo nearby. Looks like this could end up being a B pivot. They're thinking about it, or at least inching that way for a brief little moment, but now it's just going to be a tap on the door.
Oh, but the Odin.
The Odin is here.
They don't know he's here this early.
No, they do not. He will be able to find one, but Rossi somehow continues to just be somewhat impervious to this Odin. He's always the one taking it out.
One
Nats
enemy remaining.
forward, up on drop, gets the kill, execute. He's just got the AWP in hand. He's playing such a narrow line. Misses the shot, tries to pull back. 3 scopes, gets that no scope hit, but he was 1 HP, and it's an easy cleanup from Mystic. Team Liquid, once again, getting it up to map point.
You gotta get your teammates to buy you that shorty. Things might have been different. I know he was down to 1 HP,
Switching
but he
sides.
had the right idea. It could have been an amazing round. But at the end of the day, it really goes down to Enzo getting just like a half a second head start to start rotating before Carpe really tries to throw the full fake onto C site. That allows Enzo to already be on site, slows him down just another second, allows Nats to be positioned on Heaven, again, ahead of T1's own timer.
Oh. Now, okay, they're going double up setup here. 2 glass cannon players try and extend this OT even further. Last pack across rubble. Being spotted quite just yet. Enzo spamming, seeing what he can find over a tree, but side players are, or rather, Carpe's already pulled well back. Paint shells in. Saya distracted. The blue with the paint shells helping to block Yappy swinging out. Finds the opening kill. Tap on the door now. Excurrent trying to see if he can spot anything over towards B. Nebula dissipating. Yappy holding the line. Comes up with another kill before falling. Keiko will find Carpe, and it looks like this might just be the end of this map.
Yeah, I mean, the setup from Team look at 2 pairs right now working together. They have their pick of B or A site. They want to just be absolutely certain. They hear noise here on C-Link.
Excurrent finds a shot on the one, push into the smoke, gets the no scope on the Mystic. Now Rossi holding it down at A, swing in, Keiko will find the kill, takes a bit of damage, but this spike plate gives him a showstopper.
Got the paint shells as well. So many ways to draw out time and the plant position. I mean, Excurrent has to check both angles. He has to clear one 100% before he can return to the spike.
And he's got to be quiet because he knows that showstopper can come his way.
It's going to be activated on a timer. I mean, Excurrent, if anything, he's playing against time right now. He wants to check drop, but it's going to take too long.
I feel like he has to rendezvous. He has to be able to dodge this showstopper.
He has a good idea.
But he's running out of time. Looks like he's not going to be going for the setup. He's just going to be swinging the corner. Tries to go for it, but the rocket will connect. Keiko with the 3K will take Team Liquid across the finish line. What an opening map, 16-14.
Wow, and Team Liquid going for the throwdown on Lotus, saying, all right, we've both shown it. We have tape on each other. Who comes out on top? And it's going to be Team Liquid, the Yampi, crossing the 30-kill mark with 31 on the board. An absolute battle breach here to lead the forces of this